Shalawam, shalawam, Akim. I'd like to start off by saying I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, whom I worship. Double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone, who taught me this word in sincerity and in truth, and who rule well, and are still on the highways and byways, pushing this word to the very end, so that they may receive their crowns of salvation. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the world, who are believing in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and believing in the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that was given to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. That may you continue to the end as well, so that you may receive your crowns of salvation. Also, let's not forget the great cloud of witnesses out there who are believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, believing in the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, like GMS Great Millstone teaches, and they're always watching, paying attention, and helping us out whichever way they can, right? So I saw this article on RT, and it was dealing with Russia, going for gold rather than the US dollar, and I'm gonna read this article, and of course, I'm gonna go into some scriptures. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that the YouTube algorithm could push this word further, so anyway, let's just get into it. Okay, so this is the article here on RT. It says dumping the dollar, record gold price justifies Moscow's choice to abandon greenback and bet on precious metal, because gold and silver is real money. That's what they call God's money. You got this guy Robert Kiyosaki, and he always speaks about that gold and silver is God's money. It's real money, something tangible, something that you can feel, touch, unlike the US dollar. It's not backed by anything, and they create they create it out of thin air. Okay, the feds, they print that up. Okay, and it's phony money. It's the only reason why it exists is because people put their trust in it. That's it. Alright, but as soon as people lose trust in it, which they will very soon, it's going to wither away to nothing. It's going to be worthless. All right, the value of the United States dollar is the belief of the people in it. All right, they call it fiat. So yeah, let's read into this article here. Yeah, because gold within the past couple of days rose, in the stocks, it rose up. I believe it's, that's what he's saying here. I believe it passed $2,000. Couple of like last week it was into what, 1800s, something like that, 1700s, pushing 1800, something like that. So now it's like they're saying it's past $2,000 per ounce. It says Washington's weaponization of the dollar in an effort to crush Russia's economy seems to be backfiring. This policy encouraged Moscow to pivot to gold, and this week the cost of an ounce broke the $2,000 barrier for the first time. Let's see where it's at right now. This is a site called the Markets Insider. This ain't no site that I follow or anything like that. I just type, what is the price of gold today, and this, and then I just went with this. So it's showing gold. It's not showing that it passed 2,000. But then again, that's as of 4:40 a.m. This morning. So it must have just shot over the 2,000 mark, right? But right here is showing that gold is at $1,975.90 per ounce. So, but it's damn near close to the 2,000, right? So it's pushing up there. It keeps on going up because the dollar is worthless. All right, the value of the dollar keeps going down. So silver and gold are going to keep on going up. So if brothers are investing, you invest in gold, silver, and you can also buy actual gold and silver, you know what I'm saying, to keep as a private stash. So let's go back to the article. It says Washington's weaponization of the dollar in an effort to crush Russia's economy seems to be backfiring. The policy encouraged Moscow to pivot to gold, and this week the cost of an ounce broke the $2,000 barrier for the first time. Russia's choice to move away from storing Benjamins as a reserve currency and to gradually replace the dollar in trade was accompanied by a relentless gold buying spree. The moves were a reaction to U.S. sanctions, the primary tool of America's economic war on the world's largest country. On Thursday, an ounce of the precious metal traded at a maximum of, so it broke, and then I guess it went down a little. That's what happened. But on Thursday, it's showing here that it went up to $2,005.40 on the U.S. COMEX commodity exchange. The growth in gold's popularity is directly linked to global economic uncertainty due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with it being seen as protection against inflation as the U.S. Federal Reserve money printers work overtime. Yeah, because they print money out of thin air, right? Fractional reserve, to feed the fractional reserve banking monster. It says the price might still be on its way up, with Goldman Sachs analysts predicting a rise to 2,300 within 12 months. So it'll, and look, it's good to know about this, about gold, silver, money, to use as wisdom. It says that money is a defense and wisdom is a defense. So you gotta, not that you can put your trust in it, but it would be a good thing to invest, put a little investment into it, as the days move on, because we're approaching the days where cash will not rule anymore. All right. So cash will not rule anything. So they're gonna move to this. There's a lot of talks of moving. There's banks that are moving into the whole cryptocurrency world now, the digital dollar, and digitizing currency. So that may very well be, what brothers are gonna have to get into. But listen, ultimately, everything is gonna go to shit, because the Lord's gonna destroy this so-called white man's whole system, man. Economically, physically, you name it. So when you do things, always know in the back of your head that that ain't gonna save you from anything, man. All right, it's just to like the scriptures say, use the world, but not as of abusing it. Because we're here in the world. The reality is that we're in this world, right, in the matrix, and you have to maneuver while you're in the matrix. So you got to use certain things in this world to operate, okay, but not that you're gonna use it, to trust in it. It says the increase in the value of gold comes as a great victory for Moscow's policy, which moved vast sums away from fiat currency and toward the commodity. In the last 5 years, the country has spent more than $40 billion building up a massive pile of the traditional safe haven. Protecting state finances from currency volatility, the Americans are using the U.S. dollar as a weapon, and Russia is absolutely correct in diversifying its foreign exchange reserves. John Mayer, partner of the investment and consulting company SP Angel, told Moscow news outlet Gazeta, "Gold is the best liquid investment." Yeah, if you get a chance, you could check out my man Peter Schiff, on YouTube, and he always pushes gold, man. He always talks about gold, and he always talked about the U.S. dollar crashing is going to be horrible even before this whole COVID thing, So he's been on it. So he's a good source of info to follow if you want to be up on what's going on with the U.S. dollar and the gold and all. Well, he mostly talks about gold, You also got a dude named Mike Maloney. I believe his site is goldsilver.com. And these dudes, man, although they're Edomites, man, they have a lot of info to fill you in on what's going on, man. So it says, let me read this again. It says the Americans are using the U.S. dollar as a weapon. Yeah, because the U.S. dollar, all it does is put nations in debt, and a nation that's in debt is a vulnerable nation, man. They could be taken over, and destroyed because they don't have no power. And Russia is absolutely correct in diversifying its foreign exchange reserves. John Mayer, partner of the investment and consulting company SP Angel, told Moscow news outlet Gazeta, "Gold is the best liquid investment if you do not want to be held hostage by the dollar." In September 2014, Russia's gold holding was just 10% of the country's entire forex reserves. Now the proportion stands at 23% with 2,299.9 metric tons. All the gold on the planet Earth belongs to us, belongs to Israel, to the nation of Israel. Alright? When our Lord Yahushua comes back to take Esau down, to take these other countries down, these kingdoms down, alright? All that wealth, beginning with gold and silver and precious metals, alright, and people, we're going to have slaves, is going to be transferred over to us. So you ain't going to have to go to no online platform to invest in gold and silver and all these things, because it's just going to be given unto us. All right, that's the prophecy. Our gates shall be open continually, so that the nations could bring in their wealth, because that wealth belongs to us, because they belong to us. Okay, all nations and all people were created to serve the Most High's chosen people, who are the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, so-called Latino people of Negro and Indian descent, so-called Native American Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, right? That are scattered throughout North, Central, and South America and throughout the world. You make up the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, and all nations are going to bow down to us in the future. All right, that's written. It says in September 2014, Russia's gold holding was just 10% of the country's entire forex reserves. Now the proportion stands at 23% with 2,299.9 metric tons. In March, Russia's central bank announced that it would stop buying gold, leading some analysts to believe the country's mining operations would start selling their metal abroad while the price is high. The prediction turned out to be correct, as the second quarter of 2020 saw the value of gold sales to foreign buyers overtaking gas exports for the first time since at least 1994. And what I'm gonna do, like I always do, I'm gonna put this link in the description box so that you can check out this article for yourselves. All right. So now let's go to the scriptures, right? As always, let's go to, because all this gold and all this silver is not going to save Esau and the other nations, man. You know, I don't care how much. I heard that China, they have a lot of gold reserves, man. They're buying up as much gold as they can, but that's not going to save them, man, from the destruction to come from us putting them in slavery and taking them over. All right, and from the destruction to come, man. All right, because when America is destroyed and totally taken out by the thermonuclear missiles, excuse me, missiles. Let me get some water here. Yeah, when that destruction happens to America, what's gonna happen is all nations will lose. Alright, and that's why when the nations saw in the prophecy in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, I'm gonna get it. The nations, they were looking at America burning from afar off, and they were crying because they made a lot of riches here. They made a lot of money here, man. Alright, in America. So they're gonna lose out big time when America is destroyed, man. They're not gonna be happy when America is destroyed, man. They're gonna be sad because they made so much money here, right? So much riches. And this is the proof. Let's go to Revelation, the 18th chapter, and yeah, let's begin here, man. Verse 3. Let me see if I can highlight this. Yeah, the point is in we're going to read all the way to the 10th verse, right? Revelation 18, beginning at 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. See, and they all drunk. One of the ways that they all drunk and committed fornication with America is by accepting the United States dollar, man, as a reserve currency, man. And what it did was, you know, they were with that, because they did that, they were able to get rich by way of the dollar, and to partake in all the wickednesses of America. You know, the buying, the selling, and whatever else comes with it. You see, until it started crashing and falling, and the U.S. dollar puts nations into debt. Then they started realizing that they were in trouble, man. All right, but that's part of the committing of the fornication with this place, man. You know, accepting the United States dollar, you know, as a reserve currency, and that was nothing but pure debt, man. Also, the belief in America and in America's ways, man. You know, accepting everything that's against the Most High, man. You know, following the American culture, man. You know, the accepting of alternative lifestyle. You know, the accepting of the LGBTQ community and all that stuff, man. Going against what the Bible say ultimately, man. You know, and so because the nations accepted the ways of America like that, man, you know, and defended it, they're gonna receive damnation too. Well, not like America will. They're not gonna be destroyed by way of fire, but what's gonna happen to these nations is they're gonna be carted off into slavery, man, where they belong. Alright, it says so that's part of the committing fornication with America, man. It says, and the merchants of the earth, making business with her, man, you know. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Who are the people of the Lord? The people of the Lord are the Israelites. Always have been, always will be. Okay? And this is, at this point, this is when Yahweh Shai is gonna come with the angels in what are known as the UFOs, all right, the chariots of Israel, to deliver his people, his chosen, all right, the elect, up into those ships before the missiles, the fire comes upon this place. And that's what John saw, all right. That's the vision that John saw, all right. And we're gonna hear our actual voice from chariots saying, "Come up, my people, come up into my chariot, so that you could be delivered from the destruction that's about to happen." We are very close to this, to this time right here. It says, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Right, because one of the great plagues that's coming is the thermonuclear missiles, man, to burn her up with fire. For her sins have reached unto heaven. Right, because since the time Esau came over here, man, they did evil and wickedness to our brothers, the North American Indians, right, who are of the tribe of Gad. All right, our brothers, the Reubenites, who are of the Seminole Indians, all right, the Seminole Indians, man, down there in Florida, who are of the tribe of Reuben, they did wrong to them, man, destroyed them, did a lot of wickedness to them, tortured them, right, and brought a lot of sorrow unto them. So they're gonna pay for that. Those are saints. Those were Israelites, man, that you did that to. Then they went and brought Judah, Benjamin, Levi, from the north and west coast of Africa, and brought them in slave ships and brought them over here, tormented them, beat them, enslaved them. And see, this is the origins of America, man, right? So these sins are coming up to Esau's face now, and they can't handle it, man. They can't handle it, and they did wrong to everyone, man. So it's coming up to their face now, and they're gonna have to drink. They're gonna have to drink that cup, okay? And the scripture says that the cup that Israel drank, they're gonna drink of it, man. But they're gonna get double. They're gonna get double for what they have done. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities." Yeah, the Most High remembered what Esau did, man, to here in America, to his people, man, to the saints, to us. All right, reward her even as she rewarded you. That's called payback. And double unto her double according to her works. You see, so he is going to get double for what they have done, man. In the cup which she hath filled to her double, right? And that cup was slavery, man, and torture, man, rape, robbery, and murder. And we're gonna repay you for that. All right. See, we dealt with it, so now it's time for you to deal with it. Damn devil. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. and shall see no sorrow. And that's what the elites of America feel. They feel that they're not going to feel no sorrow, that they're not going to be destroyed by no nation, and that they're going to go on forever. Okay, verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire by way of the thermonuclear missiles. For strong is the Lord power, who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right, they're going to see it on TV, man. They're going to see it by way of their flat screen TVs and the media. That's how they're going to see the smoke of her burning, man, because it's going to be televised, okay? And they're going to be very sad because they made so much money, man. Not that they cared for E, you know, but then again they did, man. They accepted E, you know. All right. They did. That's one reason too, man. They love Esau, man. The nations wanted to be like Esau, you know. So they're gonna be sad that E gonna be destroyed too. But most of all, man, because of the riches that they made, man. All right. And it says, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, which is America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. See, so they can't make no more money and become rich anymore. Verse 12, the merchandise of gold and silver, we just speaking about that, and precious stones, right, precious metals. So showing you that don't get too caught up into that gold and silver and precious, not investing in these things. You know, we're just doing it to, you know, to use the world, but not as of abusing it just to get by just a little. But ultimately, all that is going to be, well, gold and silver and precious stones are going to be handed over unto us anyway, man. Once we get when our Lord Yahushua comes, all right, and we put these nations in slavery, it's going to be like nothing. It says, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. Right, these are the commodities that were being brought over here to America and traded and sold and all that stuff, and how the nations made money. So that's going to come all to a halt, all right, to a screeching halt once Yahushua comes to deliver us and to destroy America, man, ultimately. Okay, now, just to show you gold and silver is not going to be able to save this man, all right, let's go to the book of give me a second. We're going to go to the book of James, the 5th chapter. This is the book of James, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse, and it reads, alright, it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Right, because that's what's coming, fire to destroy Esau, Edom over here in America, to destroy America completely, 100%. It says, ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Yeah, man. So all that treasure, first of all, is ours, man. Okay? All the gold, all the riches, man, and even themselves belong to us. And we're living in the last days. They did all that all the way up to this point for nothing. Showing you that Esau is a fool. Well, the scriptures say that the fool have said in his heart, there is no power, there is no God, right? Salaki, excuse me for 1 second. Yeah, man, it said that the fool have said in his heart that there is no power, that there is no God. You know, and then here comes the Most High to show himself and destroy them with fire, man. Okay, and deliver his people up right before their face. We are very close to this time, man. Okay, but all praise be to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakotas, man. And it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yeah, because they stole everything they had. They stole all the gold, all the silver, all the people, man, and anything precious on this planet Earth. They stole, man. All right, so now they gotta vomit all that up, vomit all those riches back up, man. All right, and we're gonna receive them. It says, ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. We're living in the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Right. The laborers represent Israelites, man, because we're the ones, man, who built it up, America. We're the ones that have Esau put us in slavery, man, right? And we did all the heavy lifting for this devil, and he never paid us, man. We did that all for free. So you think that this man and these people are going to keep on going like this forever without being repaid what they did to us? No, man. The Most High is gonna judge them, man. All right, and get them. And they're all guilty, man. It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have, and what that means is, ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter, meaning when they go to, they slaughter their meat, their cows or whatever, and getting ready to eat. All right. And they eat, fresh meat, and, they cook it up and they eat it and make them happy. You see, that's what that's talking about. You have condemned and killed the just. And who are the just? The Israelites, man. Although you have 2/3 of our people that go off and they're wicked as all hell, all right, and their deeds surpass the deeds of the wicked, but they're still the just that the Most High chose, all right. So all of Israel, it says, and he doth not resist you, right? And we don't fight against them. All the people that they have shot down on the streets, man, throughout the years, man, and killed. And our people don't resist. All they do is march, and make these dumbass Black Lives Matter shirts and all that. But that don't stop Esau from doing his wickedness, man. You see what I'm saying? See, it's only through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that we're gonna overtake this man. Spiritually, not carnal. Alright, so anyway, with that was just a quick little lesson that I wanted to get into. And definitely no gold or silver is going to be able to save Esau, man, in that day. But the nations know that gold and silver is the way to go. That no fiat currency, fake ass currency like the United States dollar is gonna protect them and shield them from anything. So anyway, with that, just want to sign off. Quick little lesson. Hope it was edifying. The Bishop Sakaran signing off. Shalawam.